Do you know? The fairy tales we've heard since childhood are all wrong. The truth is that on a rainy day, the big bad wolf walked into the restaurant and greeted the nanny opposite. The nanny was about to take care of the two children and tell them his favorite fairy tale. The big bad wolf curiously opened the nanny's fairy tale book, but after reading the contents, he seemed very angry. Little Red Riding Hood doesn't look like this at all. And Snow White, she's not with the prince. Well, all the truth should be like this. A long time ago, the big bad wolf had two nephews. On this day, they met Little Red Riding. The two brothers immediately salivated and prepared a delicious meal, but they were stopped by Uncle Big Bad Wolf. The little beast was very unwilling, but forced by his uncle's control, he had to give. Little Red Riding Hood temporarily escaped the disaster. He stepped on a basket of wildflowers to go to the city, but after shouting for a long time, he couldn't sell a single one.
Just then, the beautiful Snow White appeared, and she bought a bouquet of flowers with a gold coin.
It turned out that Snow White's mother passed away today, and she gave the bouquet to her mother sadly. Little Red Riding Hood went to Snow White, gave all the flowers to her mother, and took Snow White's hand to comfort, and the two formed a friendship. On this day, Little Red Riding Hood came to the piggy bank to save his savings. This bank is very special. In the days that followed, Little Red Riding Hood and Snow White were inseparable, and their relationship got better and better. Time passed quickly, and Snow White became a beauty in the world. Through hard work, Little Red owned her own flower shop, and he saved more and more money. At this time, the Little Thin and Little Fat in the forest had grown up, and the big bad wolf uncle gradually couldn't control them. Little Thin decided to fulfill his wish many years ago. He came to Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's house and ate her grandmother in one bite. At the same time, Little Red and White Snow were picking flowers in the forest, and suddenly a hunter rushed towards them on a fast horse, and White Snow was caught in an instant. It turned out that the hunter was the killer arranged by the vicious stepmother, because the magic mirror said that Snow White was the most beautiful woman in the world. The queen was moved to kill, but the hunter finally relented. He let Snow White go.
Cowheart from the butcher shop and gave it to the queen. The queen did not suspect, but her heart began to shift rapidly. From then on, Snow White lived the days of escape, and luckily, he soon met 7 dwarfs. On the other side, Little Red thought that Snow White was dead and returned home with a sad mood, but the scene in front of him really hurt his heart. A hungry wolf was sitting in front of her grandmother's clothes, and Little Red immediately understood the truth. He did not expose the other party, but accompanied the hungry wolf to play a play. The hungry wolf slowly approached Little Red. He was not afraid at all, but felt that the hungry wolf's fur was very cute. Just as the other party was about to swallow him, Little Red suddenly took out a pistol and killed the hungry wolf. Soon after, the big bad wolf met Little Red Riding Hood in the forest. He was paying homage to Snow White, and the temperament of Little Red changed. He made the fur of the little beast into a coat and wore it on his body. This scene scared the big bad wolf, and the nanny was very shocked after listening. But he had a question. Is your second nephew Little Fatty? Next, the big bad wolf told another story.
Subscribe for more.